Okay, so this is a quick demo on how to do an optical illusion art using warm and cool colors. So you're going to take your sketchbook page, pretend this is my sketchbook page, and the first thing I want to do is I want to label at the top, warm, cool colors. Putting a label at the top of your sketchbook is super important and it helps me grade them later. The next thing I want you to do is draw about a 6-inch box on your paper. And it could be in the center or a little off center, it doesn't really matter to me. And you're just going to do the best you can. So 6 by 6 is a good size for this project. And you're going to be drawing inside that space. The next thing I want you to do is put a dot somewhere near the center, or you could be a little off center. I'm going to do a little off center to show you what that looks like. And that's what you have to do there. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw lines through that center dot like this. So I may want to start a little off center like that, drawing through, and then I'm going to do it again, like that. And then I'm going to draw again, like that. And I notice I have a couple big sections here, and I'm going to go ahead and draw through on that. And I'm going to keep doing that. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sections. You can go ahead and pause this at any time to catch up to me on the video. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to be working in U shapes. Before I do that, I'm going to measure out on these lines in inch increments. So I have my see-through ruler here, which is probably the easiest, and I want to line up an inch mark in the center. And I'm on this line here, and I'm lining up to an inch mark on the center. It doesn't really matter which inch mark. And I'm going to start from the center, and I'm going to move out, marking, there we go. There's an inch mark, marking every inch with a little tiny dot. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to do that for every single line. Line up in the center on the inch mark. And I'm going to make little dots like so. So lining up again on the inch mark. And I will continue doing that all the way around. And you should either pause the video to catch up right now, or you can start and stop the video when you hear me moving on to the next step. Okay, so now I have inch marks on all the lines that I've made. I did mention that I had 10 sections. You could have 8 sections if you wanted. You can even have 12, but 10 is a probably pretty good number, but it's up to you how many you have. You're now going to be working on U shapes. And so I'm going to start here, and I'm going to make an upside down U shape, and I'm going to connect this dot to this dot, like so, with an upside down U. And I'm going to continue doing that shape. Now, interesting enough, I get up here and there's no dot on this side. So I'm going to pretend that I can visualize where that dot is off the page, and I'm going to do like this, and I'm going to stop. Same thing here, stop. Now, I'm going to skip one, and I'm going to go to the next one. Upside down U's all the way. Okay, and it helps me just to turn my paper to do this. Skipping one, going to the next one, upside down U. This one goes off the page, and I think it probably comes back around there like that. Turning it again, upside down U's. Okay, and I have one more to go. This one goes off the page. Okay, so that is where you're going to start. And then the next step is to do regular use on the other ones. And you're going to connect this dot to this dot now. And this time I'm going to do the other direction. Okay, turning my paper, regular use. And remember, I'm going to have to eyeball where it is when there's no other dot on the other side. And it really helps me on this project to turn the paper. You may actually not need to, but depends on who you are. Okay. And I'm almost finished. Now this one seems like there should be another one somewhere around here. So I'm going to go ahead and just eyeball that one in like that. And almost finished. There probably is probably beginning of one over here like that. Okay. Now I have the beginnings of my optical illusion art piece. And we are going to be doing warm and cool colors. So I'm going to choose a pair of cool colors that I like to use. And in this case, I think I'm going to be using blue and green. And before you get started, you want to make sure that you are sharpening your pencils with the hand sharpener and not the electric sharpener because you will ruin it. So you want to use the hand sharpener. Make sure your pencil is pretty sharp. It doesn't need to be super sharp, but sharp enough where you have a pencil to use. And then you're going to want to pick a green, and I like this bright green. So those are the cool colors I'm going to use. You're welcome to use purple and blue or purple and green, whatever pair of cool colors you like. And then I'm going to choose a pair of warm colors. And in this case, I'm going to choose orange and red. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cool color pairing. Okay, I'm going to start right here. And how I'm going to do this is I want to very, very lightly shade in this shape as light as I possibly can. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the next one above it as light as I possibly can. And it's nice if you could actually shade it in the direction of the U, because that will help give the illusion that this is going to be a ribbon. Sometimes your pencils can be almost too sharp, so I'm going to go ahead and try that again. So very, very light. Trying to get no pencil lines. And then you're going to go back, and here's where you're going to want to shade it so the inside towards the lines are going to be darker. And how I do that, I'm going to apply more pressure. And if I apply more pressure, it turns out to be a darker green. All the way to the point there. And then as I get to this round part, I'm going to kind of curve up towards the shape of that U. Put more pressure towards the line. And then as I come up towards the center of it, I'm going to have less pressure so that it's a lighter green. So what you can see is there's going to be kind of a shine there. I'm looking to try to create this U shape in there. Okay. I'm going to do this again. Start working with the shape like so. And as I get to the middle, I'm going to lessen my pressure because I want to keep this the lightest green. And I want to make sure that the sides are the darkest green, like this. Okay, try them again on the other side. And I'm going to press harder on the edges because that's where it should be darker, and then lightening up as I go towards the center. Okay, so as you can see, I went and did the 2 green here, and then I added